How's it going, ladies and gents? In today's video we are in the heart of the forest back here in the backyard, and we're going to be trying to turn this pickle container here into one of the biggest terrariums I've ever made. So let's get into the video. So to start off this terrarium build, first thing you want is obviously a pickle jar. Then you want to wash it out real good. And then for today's video, we're just going to be using some of the sand here for the drainage layer. So let me get that sorted, and I will catch you when we move on to the next step. Alrighty, we've got about 2, maybe 2.5, 3 inches of sand as our drainage layer here, and what we're going to do next is steal some dirt from this bucket I have here. Also, these little flowers that I put in here because my dogs ripped up the pots are doing quite nice, and this little dracena I think is officially dead, which is quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. Anyways, back to getting our dirt for our terrarium. We're just gonna take it, nice, healthy scoop of dirt in there. Get some more. It's alright if it's got leaves in it. Doesn't really matter. We'll go ahead and smooth this out and see how much we have. Say just a little bit more, and then we can start putting in our plants and decorations and what have you. Oop, sorry guys, I am a terrible one-handed camera person. Ka-chow. And actually, I am fairly certain there's already springtails in here. Or at least I think so. Because in this bucket is a thriving little ecosystem of just old dirt that I put in here from old pots and, oh, yep. I don't know if you can see that, but that little guy wriggling around is a springtail right there. Now, what these guys do is very important for your little ecosystems, and if you have a bioactive reptile or amphibian, whatever setup, these guys are very important because they break down all the decomposing stuff. They're just all around good little guys to have. So we don't have to worry about springtails in here. But I might put in some isopods as well, since this is a much larger terrarium. And I'm thinking a small species like a Florida Fast isopods. Now, isopods are roly-polies, also called pill bugs, and they've got a bunch of different names. And they're not actually bugs, they are terrestrial crustaceans. So what we're going to do now is find ourselves some plants and some sticks and pretty much the cool stuff, what we're going to be doing to make it look awesome and look nice. So yeah, I will catch you when I pick out some plants and stuff. Alright, we're back with this little dark mystery pilea, which says ideal for terrariums. So of course we're gonna use it in a terrarium. And then we got this little piece of moss here. And I've got my phone propped up on the terrarium right now, but what we're going to do is find a nice little stem of this dark mystery pilea. Yeah. And let's see. It's got little hairs on the stems, so I believe what should happen is when we stick it in the dirt, you know, make sure it's well watered and all of that, those little hairs on the stems, they'll root. Then we'll have more dark mystery pilea. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take off this little guy right here. We'll stick him in there just as a little experiment, see if he grows. And we'll go ahead and grab some of this as well. This stuff also does great in my terrariums. Let's see. And then here is some, I forgot what this is called exactly, wood something. I mean, you can grow it. What it is, this is what it is. It looks like little clovers, but the leaves are heart-shaped. It's wood something, and I can't remember for the life of me what the actual name is, but it's wood something. But they look like little clovers, and they come up in clusters like clovers, and they have beautiful pink, purple colored flowers, at least in my area. And I literally just heard a bunch of facts about these cool guys, and I was gonna share them, and I completely forgot everything that I heard. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get a couple more of these little dudes here, since they're everywhere. It's a weed in my yard. And I'll put the name up on the screen somewhere now, so you know what these are called. So we'll take 3 stems of that, the moss, dark mystery pilea. We have this little thing here that we always called a sticky plant or something like that, and also a weed that grows in my yard. And I'll find out the name for this and I'll put it on the screen as well. But they also grow in kind of clumps and clusters around my yard. So with these guys, if you they stick to your clothing. See? Sticky plants. That's what we always called them as kids. So yeah, let's go see if I can find any more plants that I'm gonna add in here. And yeah. So I'm looking around and I found this little piece of bark here. I think that'll look nice. And also this little branch and this one here. So we'll go ahead and take these. Now if you look here, guys, look at this. What do you see? You see just some weeds growing out of the leaf litter, right? Little log here, you know, some sticks, whatever, right? But if you look closely, and I mean look closely, this here, these leaves here, Japanese climbing fern. Now Japanese climbing fern is an invasive species of plant, and I don't know that much about it other than it is invasive, and very much so. So I figured maybe we'll try to put it in the terrarium if we can get it up by the roots. And so Japanese climbing fern, I see it in quite a few places around my area, and you'll see it climbing all over. Whoop, come here. Here we go. Got it up by some roots, and you'll see it climbing all over trees and stuff, and it'll just be, you know, wrapping its happy little self around a tree trunk and branches and stuff, choking out the tree, which is obviously very bad. And they're just, I mean, they look cool, they look pretty. I get it. I don't know how they got here. I don't know a lot of specifics about the plant other than it's highly invasive, especially here in Florida. We kind of have the right climate for a lot of stuff to grow wild and stuff. So yeah, we have the 2 sticks, the piece of bark, and now this nice piece of Japanese climbing. Oh, there's more. Why didn't you guys say there was more? We'll pull this up as well and put this in there. Make sure this is all of it here. Because one of my pet peeves is invasive species. Well, shoot. We didn't get it up by the leaves. I mean the roots. But when it grows back, I'll make sure to come back to this spot and pull it up. We'll go ahead and we'll put these in the terrarium for the isopods and springtails. Alrighty, now is when we're really going to start decorating. We've got most of our plants over here. We've got the Japanese climbing fern with little pieces that we accidentally tore off. We'll set those aside so don't get tangled up together. We got the couple of sticks, we got the piece of bark, and obviously I'll add more after we get the plants in. I'm really hoping I find a nice rock to put in here. Hi, Sarah. This is Sarah, guys. If you're new, she is the Florida tiger. She loves belly rubs. You been laying in the grass and the dirt and leaves? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just so happy to be here. Yeah. I'm just so happy and curious. Yeah. Look at her. So happy. So pretty. Alrighty. Can I get back to the video, please? Maybe? No? Alrighty. Let me pet Sarah real quick. Alrighty. Sarah's gonna be hanging out with us. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and add our little plants here. I'm gonna go ahead and add the pilea first. Just to get it in here. I'm gonna stick it all the way down in there. And we'll go ahead and do small stuff first. Oop, sorry guys. Like I said, I am a terrible one-handed cameraman. So, cannot talk. My English. Oh, it's not Englishing. Oh, bye Sarah. Bye. There's not enough. Jeez. I'm gonna have to take a minute and think. There's not enough space in here for all of the plants that I thought I was going to put. So I'll go ahead and make do with what I have. Let's see. Put the roots together here. And we'll put it in right next to little sticky plant. Cover that up. Oops, sorry. Can't see again. Cover that up. Lift this little sticky plant out of the way. I think we might not need this guy, but we'll put him over there. We'll go ahead and put the climbing fern in here somewhere. We'll put it right over. Oh dang, how am I gonna record this? We're gonna put him right over here. We're gonna move this dirt aside. Did I put enough dirt, me wonders? And if you're doing this yourself, you can always add more dirt, bigger drainage layer, whatever you need. You can always fix it to your container. That looks pretty cool. I think I'm going to put it facing this way, and I'll go ahead and let's see, should I break this in half? I'll go ahead and break it in half. Go ahead and show you guys from this this view here, which is how we're going to be seeing it. Should add some leaf litter in there for the springtails. So glad it's warming up in Florida. I can't do the cold. We're gonna put this stick all the way down. This guy is just going to be hanging out, I suppose. I might cut the Japanese climbing fern, to be honest, because this is not as big as a space as I originally thought. Anyways, we're going to gather some leaf litter. We'll take these little sticks out of it. Crumble it all up. Spread it around back there, so the little guys have something to munch down on in here. Alrighty, where did our pilea go? Radio. We have the dark mystery pilea right here. We have the Japanese fern all the way in the back. We have a couple of sticks right there, and then the other plants are all along this side. With the leaf litter, of course. I'm gonna see if I can find a more branchier stick to put in here. I'll be right back. Alrighty, it is very bright. I should have worn my sunglasses. Oh my goodness, I'm blinded. But anyways, I was going to use a piece off of this limb. Well, this is actually a little tree, to be honest. I was going to use part of this dried up oak that we cut down, but after thinking about it and finding a different piece of wood, I'm gonna save the oak for a different project that I might do later down the road. And I did know the name of this tree. I was told the name of this tree and I forgot it. And if I remember, I'll put it on the screen now. But we're going to use a little branchier piece off of this tree here. I'm thinking maybe this branch right here. All the others are kind of bent and curved, and this is the only straight looking one here, so I'm just gonna pop it off, set this guy aside, and go back to the terrarium. Alrighty, so after pretty much breaking the stick to size, we're just gonna put it right down in our terrarium here in the middle. Try not to poke any plants. I'm gonna snap this little top off because it's too large. And we're going to pretty much trim this Japanese climbing fern back to where it looks nice and decent-ish. And we'll see how it looks. So I'll see you guys after I trim this climbing fern. Alrighty. This is the finished project. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think this looks great. I'm not going to add the isopods at the moment. But if you guys, I'm gonna think on it, but if you guys want me to add some isopods, let me let me know down in the comments. And we're going to water it, basically fill up this drainage layer we have down there a little bit. I think that should do it. I think it would be helpful if I could see, but I can't. Sorry guys, not even you guys can see. We'll add just a splash more, and that should be good. Yeah, that should be good. And then slap that lid on there, and here we go. Make sure it's on tightly, so when you pick it up, it doesn't fall. Heck yeah, pickle jar terrarium, guys. Not looking so bad, is it? Gotta say, I am loving the setup. So we're gonna put it in the shade on the porch, just so it don't get too hot in there. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, because I know I sure did. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for joining me.